What's up, guys? Last episode, I awakened the machine spirit of my 3D printer, tried leveling the bed many times, and I finally started printing my first print. And this episode, we'll be doing much more. For those who are unaware, my project is to make a fight stick. And a fight stick is basically a controller that is designed to be played with fighting games, right? It makes the experience of playing a fighting game much more tactile, and they look really cool, and I want one, you know? And I'm gonna make one using my trusty 3D printer, which is an Ender 3 V2, which is the trusted workhorse of the 3D printing community. It's not, brand new. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles. It can't level the bed on its own, but it can print. Usually. And here's where I got the files from. I'll put the link in the description. Yeah. Let's get into it. It is now the next day, and the print is very successful. Yes, no print errors as far as I can see, but I'll have to do further checking. But so far, so good. And I will start slicing more parts, and we'll print more parts. We're making good progress here, guys. On day 2, I had to go outside to pick up a document that would save me from mandatory military service. And before I left my house, I ran another print, thinking that would print fine. But when I got back, this is what I found. Let's see how I reacted. We have some bad news, everybody. I just came back from running and I ran the whole day. Then I just came back from the gym as well. And I left the print on since like noon, and this is what I come back to. Not good. This is a setback, to be sure, but I will not be deterred. I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna focus, I'm gonna think about what went wrong, and I'm gonna fix it. Damn. So after asking around the 3D printing Discord, the issue is that a nut was loose. This one, to be exact, this one. It somehow worked its way out, and then it caused the tanglement because it's not extruding anywhere. It's not going into the tube here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna have to ditch all this filament. I'll try to salvage it if I can, but I think I might have to ditch it just for simplicity's sake. And then yeah, I'll come back. I'm not gonna come out. I'm gonna come back later and try printing again. Yeah. And put on a time lapse of me untangling this. After untangling my filament, I would try printing again and watching the print closely for any errors. After I was confident enough that it wouldn't fail, I went to bed, editing day 2. Happy Sunday, guys, and today it's a very good morning because I finally fixed my printer. I think the issue was the transmission ratio for the extruder, and the transmission ratio for the Z-axis is also too low. So I fixed that, adjusted the temperature a bit, and boom! A very successful print compared to what we had last time. What's up, guys? It's Sunday evening now, and I printed out some more parts, right? I printed out the pins that held these two bases together, right? It's pretty sturdy now. This as well. This long piece here is the part that I printed out this morning. I was very ecstatic to hear that it printed successfully. And right now I'm printing the rest of the parts. I have 2 pieces left, including this piece, and then I'll be done with the printing part. And then I'm gonna get on with the paint job. Not sure what color I'm gonna paint it yet, but it's probably gonna be like red and black, classic arcade color. Yeah, I'm very proud of the progress I've made, and thank you guys for being there to support me. I'm saying this to nobody because I didn't post any of this yet. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to try to screw these 2 pieces together because as you can see here, there's a little hole there, and it's designed to have a screw to hold these 2 parts together. Now I would like to just take the easy route and glue it together with super glue here, but if in the case that my electronic skills are not up to par, up to standard, and I have to take it apart, I do not want to rip it apart and risking, potentially breaking my entire print, because super glue does not like to be taken apart. So at first I thought that I might have to buy some screws. However, I just remembered that I live in a leather repair shop, which means I have a bunch of parts like this and screws, which are just happen to be perfectly sized. And yeah, now I'll be trying to screw them together. Do you really think the video would end there? Do you really think it was all smooth sailing from there? Of course not. I had to run into another problem. While I was screwing the parts together, just enjoying watching YouTube videos while working, I suddenly heard a clicking noise coming from my extruder. And that's bad, really bad. We have an issue. Essentially, what that clicking noise means is that there's an issue with the filament feeding process. Either the filament is not feeding at the extruder, if there's an issue there, or the nozzle is clogged, which happened to be the actual issue, but I didn't know that back then, not yet. What's up, guys? Yesterday I was experiencing a lot of print failures, as you can see here, and here as well. Here are the scraps of those failures. And I was up until 5 a.m. leveling the bed over and over and over again until I gave up. And now this morning, this afternoon, I just woke up and I decided, what, let's go lean in on the superstition side and just print Adeptus Mechanicus purity seal, and lo and behold, it's printing flawlessly. I might just have to, become a tech priest now. I'm starting to believe in this whole machine spirit thing. But in all seriousness, I think it was a temperature issue. It was not a temperature issue, because all of my successful prints were printed without AC on. However, last night I had my aircon on and it was pretty cold in here, and I think that's what was affecting the bed adhesion issue. It wasn't like the temperature. It was the temperature. It's not the actual bed itself that was that unleveled, because I leveled it a lot of times. I think it was just because the temperature was too cold, and that affected the plastic's ability to stick to the surface. So now I know that I have to be sweating or else my printer won't work. Oh my god, guys. This is as close as perfect as we're gonna get with this printer and this filament. Wow. It really was a temperature issue. It was not a temperature issue. It is now the evening. It is, I think about 10 p.m. and I finally got the printer working. As consistent as I could, right? By the way, after I printed the Mechanicus seal here, things went awry again. I had to take apart the extruder because I thought the spring wasn't sitting right. And I was right. I think that kind of fixed the problem. The extruder isn't clicking anymore. So that's good. Also, I had a little bit of this. I borrowed some glue from my little brother so the build would actually stick to the build plate better. Yeah. And we have some really good progress going on here. Feeling pretty good about this. All right. That wraps up day 4 and this video as well. I wanted to end this episode here because I don't want to cram too many days into one video. And I'm getting really tired of video editing, so I need to take a break, man. But the next part of the build is going to be very, very exciting. And some exciting stuff will happen as well. Yeah, so keep an eye out for that. And if you've been enjoying the journey so far, please like, subscribe, comment, whatever, just do it for the algorithm. Please, I really appreciate it. and it would really keep me going and, motivate me to make more of these videos for you guys. Thank you so much for watching me, and yeah, look out for the next video. See you.